Yeah.
We are going to kick their ass.
Yes.
We don't give two shits.
I love that, man.
We are taking it to their asses. Michael Irvins, he's bringing the belt.
Oh, he's bringing the belt?
He is going to whip that ass.
He's going to whip that ass.
He is going to whip that ass. We are going to have confetti. We are going to have good times. And God damn it, we're going to hoist
And I do want to say,
trophy.
and I do want to say at the end, Daniel is a huge King fan. Daniel's just better with years. He's
It's all about the you, baby. It's all about the you. Oh, sorry.
La, la, fuck you. Feelings.
Clap your hands, everybody. Everybody, clap your hands. We're F your feelings, and we're coming to you live. Well, sort of live. Anyways, welcome back to F Your Feelings. I am Eric Last. These two knuckleheads are the Rosenfield brothers, Anthony and Daniel. Live in Toronto is brother Jonathan. Say hello, Jonathan. Okay, fantastic.
I had muted myself. I'm here. Hello, everybody.
Look at that, everybody. He's here. He's here. He's not queer, but that's all right. We have an exciting show for you. If you haven't been here before and you haven't noticed this orange T-shirt this gentleman is wearing and the championship hat that he's wearing, we're going to be doing some Canes football this afternoon, this evening, this morning. It's all about the U, and we're excited to even have some of his long-time U fan supporters, friends. I don't know how else you would describe them other than diehards like Anthony here as well. But before we do that, we got to talk about how we start our show, and that's our mantra. Our mantra is be your authentic self. If people do not like you, F your feelings. If you don't like our comments, F your feelings. Look, we want you to be your true authentic self, walk through this world, and do not care what other people think. Speak your mind, be yourself, and don't be afraid to get shot by ice.
Oh, God, Jesus.
Hey, look, you know,
boy.
Look, all I would say is that that's a terrible situation, and we can get into that later if we'd like. But all I have to say about all of you is, Anthony, F your feelings.
You know what? Daniel, F your feelings.
And Brother John, F your feelings.
And as you know, to all of you out there in the internet sphere, F your feelings as well. Welcome aboard. Welcome for the ride. Strap in because it's going to be a bumpy ride. So don't forget to like, subscribe, all of our content. You can find us where all podcasts are found, Spotify, Apple. You know what to do. Push all the buttons, like our stuff. And in the description down below, you will find submit a story.
Yes.
If you have not submitted a story, why not? I'm asking you. I'm begging you. I implore you. Please. Submit a story.
I said I'll suck your dick.
No, shut up.
Wow.
Jesus
Damn, see how serious we are?
I'll do anything for a story.
We'll do anything for a story. We're making some swag. I keep threatening you guys with swag. Submit a story. Get some swag. Let us give back to those who give.
I think we said we'll send them lunch for a week even.
Well, about a week. Jeez, you're getting a little generous.
I think we even said we send them lunch for a week.
He
We
just
already
said
made
he'd
the
suck your
promise.
dick. So
Anthony,
I mean,
why don't you give him one of your Canes tickets? The
winner. Then we'll talk about those ticket prices soon. I mean, my God.
$3,000 a seat.
More? What are you talking about?
I'm just saying on average.
No, average is like $3,800 now for sitting on the outside of the stadium, like on top of the stadium.
Semantics. Anyways, I think today's quote of the week is kind of going to play into what we were talking about with the Canes. I'm going to read it right now. It's many of life's failures are people who did not realize how close they were to success when they gave up. That is Thomas Edison. And I say this is a great quote because this guy right here during the preamble was saying they should have fired Mario Cristobal year 2.
Oh, God.
And, we owed him a lot of money. Yeah. That's another reason why they didn't fire him. But had they fired him before that, they wouldn't have realized the success we're about to have kicking some Indiana ass.
I like the way you introed that,
yeah,
Eric.
So,
that was very good.
So this quote is really about perspective and timing, right? Most people don't fail because they're incapable. They fail because they quit before the breakthrough. Yeah. Right? I always say, something I always say is like, don't quit before the magic happens, right? You wouldn't go see a magic show and leave before the ta-da. Yeah. Right? You would like, oh, the person disappeared. Oh, time to go. No, you wouldn't do that, right? So this is the same thing, right? Edison failed thousands of times before success, but he didn't view them as failures. It was just a step forward. And being we're going to talk about the Canes here in the beginning, that is exactly what happened. Mario Cristobal came in. It wasn't very good. Then he had some success, and then he had some failures, and he's learned from all those things. And now we have players like Carson Beck, CJ Daniels, sorry, I was getting his name back. Okay. Thank you, sorry about that. Mark Fletcher. We have people like Ruben Bain. We have people like Mesdor. We have 5 all Americans on our team, like Keontae Scott.
Oh.
We have first round draft picks on our team all the way around, and people are dying to come to Miami because why wouldn't you want to be where you have beaches, bitches, bikinis, and beer all in the backyard of your campus? It's sunny all year round, and we're about to start to get high.
And I thought JoJo Trader was going to be something. Remember in the beginning of the year, he was supposed to be the main guy, right?
Don't count out. We'll get to that, but don't count out JoJo. JoJo's still a great receiver, and he's just another swarth in our arsenal.
So if you're in the
I don't even
transfer
know if that's
portal,
a word. Is swarth a word?
You just made one.
I just made one.
But if you're in the transfer portal and you're watching this,
Yeah.
why wouldn't you want to come here?
Yeah,
We're going to pay you. Don't worry, we got NIL money.
Yeah,
we
plenty.
got the beach, we got the women,
Yeah.
we have the Miami vibe, and now we're going to start getting television because who doesn't want to have the U on their TV moving forward?
You know what
right?
this shows? It just shows that Shapiro was just a few years too early. He
was-
really
yeah.
busted a load a little too early.
Actually, no. You know what? That would have screwed us because had you have Devin Shapiro doing what Devin Shapiro did, maybe now. Maybe it's a little bit more legitimate. Maybe it wouldn't have happened. We end up with a death penalty potential because he was doing things that were crazy. But before we get into the show, I was wondering, do you drink orange juice?
I do when if I eat a breakfast, which is not unusual.
But you drink it. Have you ever drank it after brushing your teeth?
Yes.
You notice how it tastes different?
Yes.
Do you know why?
Why?
It's because you're gay. Anyways, moving on.
Okay.
I don't know if you knew that. Now, we just found out that Anthony was gay because when I
Okay.
drink orange juice after brushing my teeth, it tastes fine. It tastes delicious.
Okay.
It's amazing. It's the best.
I didn't.
It's the
I
best.
like grapefruit juice.
Was there a
instead.
joke to that? I didn't get that.
No, you're just gay.
You're just gay. Yeah,
I'm just
that's
gay. Okay.
That's
Okay.
the joke.
And there's nothing wrong with being gay. LBGT certified. Everybody loves you.
Okay.
We love everybody but him.
Okay.
No, just kidding. Just kidding.
Eric and I had another tiff this week, but we'll get through it.
Will we?
Yeah, we'll get through
Can
it.
should we hug and kiss and
Not
make up?
now,
Can
not
we
yet.
Can we tongue?
I wanna see how the
you kissed your
episode goes
brother.
first.
I saw you kiss your brother.
I mean,
I'm not your brother. It's less strange with me than it is with your brother.
That was our dirty little secret. Why is it out?
So we were originally going to talk about a lot of different things today.
Which we'll get to.
I just thought the orange juice thing was funny because I called Daniel and I asked him the same thing and I just said, I
thought it was funny.
I just thought it was. We just thought it was funny, and because we think Anthony's gay.
Okay.
Anyway, so look, it's at this time of the show where I'm just going to hand it over to Anthony. I am going to introduce you to Brown. Brown, say hi. Unmute yourself.
What up?
Where are you calling us from?
I'm from Austin, Texas.
Right.
Well, actually, Pflugerville.
Pflugerville.
Well, you're from Miami. You're from Miami.
I'll give their detailed.
Well, no, let
intro.
him do it. Let
where
him
am
do
I
it.
calling from? So I'm telling him where I'm calling
Thank
from.
you.
Well, where are you from?
Hold
Where
on.
are you from, Brownie? Though?
Hold on
Where
a
are you from?
I'm from Miami.
Okay.
Yes.
Let
But
Brownie
I'm calling
introduce.
from
Let
Pflugerville,
Brownie.
Texas.
Let Brownie
Thank you.
introduce himself. He's capable of doing it. How long have you
Thank
been a
you.
Canes fan?
Since I was born.
Okay. And what is your favorite Canes team?
Oh, that's a good one, Eric. Probably that. Everyone gonna say like 2001, but
That's what I
I'm
was
on like a
thinking.
91 type of guy.
You
Fair
were
enough.
I love the
91 type of
91.
But why?
guy.
Why is that that's
Yeah.
Irvin? No, Irvin was on 91 team. That's Kozar.
No. Irvin was gone. That's like Hill.
Yeah.
That's like Randall Hill. That's like Wesley Carroll.
Yeah.
That's like all the greats like that.
Who was the
team
quarterback? Was
phenomenal.
that Jim Kelly or Kozar?
Gino?
Gino.
That was
Oh, Toretto. Oh,
Heisman
91.
Trophy
I'm thinking.
winner.
I'm thinking.
Yeah,
Sorry, 80s was.
You're going to the
I went
early
too far the
80s.
wrong
You're going to
direction.
the
I
early
would love to tell like a great story about that 91 team because Anthony knows how he got kicked out of class.
Yeah.
Because of
Oh, we'll
that
talk
91
about that.
team.
Let's hold that. Let's hold that. That's actually a great.
And-
that is a funny story. Actually.
And Eddie, where are you? Where are you right now?
I'm in Orlando.
Nice.
Actually in Groveland. But yes, I am from Miami.
Right on.
I went to North Miami Senior High with Brownie there.
Go Chargers. All right, right on.
In the
Go
special
Chargers,
ed
baby,
program.
all the way. And I know your wife.
Yeah.
You know my
Wendy.
wife or you know his wife?
He knows your wife. He actually knows
No,
your
your wife.
You know what? You know the wiener?
Hey, wait, hold on. You know, it's funny that you said if I know his wife. I know his wife because I introduced Anthony to his wife.
That's the
Sweet.
truth.
That's right.
Yeah,
if
we
it wasn't
did.
for me, he would not be married to Lauren.
That's
Oh,
true.
damn.
That's true. That is a true story. We can get into that later.
He
too.
owes you everything. So I'll ask you the same question. What is your favorite Canes team?
The 2001 team.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of hard
think
not
we
to
were
love
so
that team.
stacked.
So
Yeah,
stacked.
yeah.
We were so stacked. It was amazing.
Everybody was a first.
And are
rounder.
you a longtime Canes like Brown since birth?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, since birth.
Right on, right on. And
Well-
and now all three of you traveled together. You, Anthony,
Yeah,
Anthony's
well-
son. You
well,
guys all go to the games together.
yeah,
right?
We
I
have
mean-
a whole
Well,
crew.
I've been
We
to
got-
many
we
of the
got a
games
crew.
too.
Yeah, Daniel. Listen, Daniel was a part of that.
I love
but,
the
but,
But the core crew is right here.
But okay, let me get into the just.
Hold on, I'm not done.
Oh, sorry.
You're almost there. But
Oh.
now you have to have your own favorite moment. So my favorite moment was the 2001 Orange Bowl game against FSU. When we ran out of liquid, we went to the game. We snuck into the Orange Bowl. We paid the guy at the door. Me and Peter, we sat with the band. And we were sitting along the sideline. We watched Shockey.
So hot.
When Shockey caught that pass, and he ran into the end. I should have worn the shirt today that said "Violate Florida State." It has the date on. I think it was October 7th, 2001, something like that. But that's my favorite moment from the Canes growing up, watching Vinny Testaverde and the swag that they created. Daniel, do you have a favorite moment?
I do, actually. It was, if I'm not incorrect, we were with a few people, FSU. Brown, you were there.
Daniel, the one that our friend puked.
You know where I'm getting at? Excuse me while I puke everywhere.
Yes.
I'm not going to mention names.
Okay.
And one person said, just go on without me. He was exhausted. And we won by a field goal.
No, we won by a touchdown at the very end of the game.
We stopped them. They weren't they driving?
They were driving, and then we scored at literally the last second of the game. And I was going to say that's my favorite game ever. Brown, do you remember who scored that touchdown?
Who were they playing?
It was the one at FSU. It wasn't an important season. It wasn't one of our dominant years. No. But we went with all of us to FSU.
Wide right through.
Yeah, it was 2006 or 2007.
It was 2006, and it was just a normal game against FSU. It's got a little more elevated value. But we scored at the very end, the touchdown at the very end of the game, and we were on the side that the touchdown was scored.
So that was like our fluke game because like almost everybody that trip got sick.
That's
right.
Correct.
Everybody, including you, Anthony. Everybody was rushed to the hospital.
Sick. We were all rushed to the hospital. But that was my favorite game. But listen, we are.
So who scored the touchdown?
Hold on. Okay, now
I forgot who scored the touchdown.
Now that we got the little impersonals out of the way, Anthony, hold on. I should just do it symbolically. I should do it symbolically. The show is now in your hands.
Well, first I just want to say that I couldn't do. Listen, first we're going to get into a lot of topics today. We're not a sports show per se, but as you all know who follow F Your Feelings, we all are passionate about our sports teams, and everybody knows, I think from the day one we've started the show, the passion I have for the Miami Hurricanes. And they just happen to be on a championship run right now. So obviously we're going to take some time today to give some Canes stories, Canes things that have occurred, the bad times, the good times. And I couldn't do this show without two of my best friends, first of all, Anthony Brown and Eddie Corrales. These two have been to hundreds.
I thought you were going to say our names.
Okay, no. These two have been to hundreds of Canes games with me. We'll give some stories as we go along and as we continue on with the show. But I couldn't do a Canes show without Anthony Brown and Eddie Corrales. First, Anthony, just so you all know, and I think I've referenced it before, this is the guy that got me into the Miami Hurricanes. I used to only be a Miami Dolphin fan about 30-odd years ago. And I'm still passionate.
Thank God you gave that up.
Yeah, thank God. Exactly. Brownie, thank you so much, Brown. Thank you, Daniel.
I'm still a closet Dolphins fan.
But I got to tell you, Brownie said to me, I'll never forget, it was before University of Toronto. It was right when I was ending high school. Brown goes, you got to get into our Canes. And this happened to be those years that we were really starting to dominate the 2000, 2001, 2002. Now, don't get me wrong. I was a fan when they won in the 80s and the 90s, but in the later 2000s or the early 2000s is when Brown really got me into them. And I got to be honest with you, they were like my sort of peace of mind when I was at U of T. I'd go to my local sports bar. I'd call Brownie from there. Everybody would be watching hockey on the sports screen. And I'd ask my bartender for one screen for the Miami Hurricanes on the Saturday. And he'd give me my screen. And it was just became my thing. And Brown and I bonded. I mean, we were always best friends, but this took us to another level. And then Eddie, always been a diehard fan. Eddie and I were season ticket holders for many years together. Eddie's now moved to Orlando, so he can't go to every game. But the amount of games and the time we've spent and the unity and the togetherness that this team has brought us over the years through a lot of bad. I mean, we'll talk about good, but there's a lot of bad that was in this fucking.
Well, let's get to it, right? Miami's got a brotherhood.
Yeah.
Unlike any other university on the planet, all the NFLers, all the Hall of Famers that come back and put. And teach the young people this is what the U is about. Yeah. And I think that's what I was kind of getting at before, is that they're going to want to come back again because hopefully what Cristobal is doing, he's reinventing the Canes back of when you guys loved them the most.
Speed, defense, front line, trenches. And I'll tell you, that's an interesting topic you brought up, our alumni. That's a first topic I want to discuss. How much cooler is RUM alum than every other team's alum? I know Brown and I were in Dallas this week, and they showed at the Cotton Bowl Eli Manning, and who else was there for Ole Miss?
It was Patrick Willis.
Patrick Willis. And then you have on our sideline, you have everybody. You have
Reggie Wade.
You have Reggie
and
Wade.
everybody won a Super Bowl.
Yeah, Calais Campbell. You have everybody.
I mean, just how much cooler is our alumni base than every other school?
Well, wait till you get to the Indiana, and all they have on the sideline is popcorn.
Oh my!
It's all Hall of Fame.
What?
I said it's all Hall of Famers.
Hold on. I want to play charades. What am I doing right now? What?
All about to you. It's 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 all about to you.
I mean, how cool. Listen, I know some people.
We're about to take some Hoosier ass.
That's another topic we could discuss. Along with alumni, how ours is the coolest of all. I know some people get annoyed with Irvin. I think I told you before, I've now revised. He is just so bloody passionate about this program and this team. I'm okay with Irvin's antics. Whether he's on
coach. No, but you were annoyed for a while.
He was annoying me a little. I got to be honest. But Brown.
Anthony, remember when we went to Dallas for the LSU game and we lost?
Yeah.
We stayed at the hotel with the Canes?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh,
remember Michael Irvin came back from the stadium and he was all fucked up?
Oh, yeah.
In front?
Oh, he was. That? Daniel was there too, I think.
I have to tell you, back in the days when I worked as a waiter, I used to wait on Irvin and his family all the time. He's a super nice guy.
Yeah.
I mean, I watched him put away some drinks. I'm gonna tell you, he didn't act a fool around me, but I mean, he's a super nice guy.
But Brown got me off my thing, and I was a little. I thought he was taking away from our players, but you know what? He's not. How much? No. Think about it. He's and Brown could go further in this. This guy's on the sideline. You know he's passionate about the school and the team. He's passionate about winning. He's passionate about our history. I'm okay with his antics now. I love it. I mean, what do you guys think?
Well, you guys have to understand that he bleeds. These colors.
He bleeds.
That's part of the brotherhood. I saw.
That's what he.
But would he be there? Would he be on the sidelines, Brown, if they were bad?
Yes,
if they were average.
Yes, he has.
He's been on the sidelines when he's bad.
He's been on with us for 20 years.
He's been there.
Has he really? I don't know.
He's always on our sideline. Yes.
Because I'll tell you what line. I'll tell you what line he was in. He was at Baja's 30 years ago, waiting in line, and he was pissed drunk. And I think Eddie, you were with me at the time. I know Anthony. I know a friend of ours. He was pissed drunk waiting in line at Baja's. That's the line that I remember.
Now here, because Daniel says that he's a fan, and you guys say that Daniel's not a real Hurricane fan. So I have a test. I have a test for you. Are you ready?
Okay.
Oh, no.
So what number did Michael Irvin wear?
Oh my God.
On the Hurricanes.
Oh my
God.
God.
This is a trick question because he may not know the answer. So you have about 88. You have about 88 answers. You could be that might be right or wrong.
Jesus.
Daniel, what number did Irvin wear?
Is it the same one as the Cowboys?
No.
Dude,
why would you give him?
If you don't get this, I'm gonna slap you next time.
I know Marino was 13. I mean, goddamn it. 37.
No. You were so close, and that would be
Daniel, really?
47, idiot.
Oh,
47.
I knew it was close.
And here, there's a funny story that goes like, he went to Jimmy Johnson, and he said, Coach, I don't like this number 47. He's like, man, you're fast like a 747. And and Irvin was all hyped about that. Yeah, man, like a plane. And Jimmy Johnson later and like, man, I just needed to tell you something, so you kept your stupid number, something like that. Yeah.
So Daniel, so Eric is more of a fan than you
Eric's
are.
more of a fan than you.
Oh God, just because I know years. I know. Listen, you know me.
What number? Hold on. Here. I got to. What
Eric
number?
knows the backstory. So
what number? What number is Ruben Bain and Mark Fletcher? Another trick question. Another trick question.
They're both the same number.
Yeah. So tell me which one it is.
I just know that they're the same number. That's all we need to know. We'll do it live. We'll do it live.
What number is it, Daniel? What number?
They're 17. It doesn't matter.
They're not 17, you retard.
It's the year I lost my virginity. Stop it.
4.
You guys are crazy.
FIU, he probably knows everything. Yeah. FIU, he knows everything.
Daniel, do you
want to hear us roar? We're Panthers. Yeah. Don't mess. Hey, we had T.Y. Hilton. We were good for about a split minute. So
I would tell you some of Daniel's weaknesses are these things. Like he claims to be like these fans. So we're gonna do some things like we were talking about music, and he was talking. I don't want to get too deep into it. He was like, oh, I love music from this, and he started telling me about the song, but he couldn't tell me who wrote it, what the name of the song was, but he could kind of sing it, sort of. So we're gonna play a game with Daniel coming here in the future. I'm gonna play clips of songs and movies and see if he can guess what they are.
We also that goes along with our in depth with Daniel. What do we call it?
Getting deeper with Daniel.
Getting deeper with Daniel. Daniel, we're having a tough time pulling Daniel's depthness out, but we'll get to that. But with that,
have me sit on a dildo or something.
So let's talk about the Hurricanes are in the national championship. I know part of the conversation we've been talking about is this the biggest championship in Miami in the last 30
for a
years.
Miami team.
Oh boy, here we
for
go.
a Miami team, it just happens to be in Miami. Is this the biggest championship for Miami fans?
Miami
over the
Heat
last 30
2000.
years?
Miami Heat 2006 when they won the championship.
First of all,
with
that
Shaq
was in
at
Dallas.
basketball.
You're not listening
Doesn't
to the
matter.
question. That was
the
in
biggest-
Dallas.
It was
That
the-
game.
yeah.
We won that game in Dallas.
Who cares where it was?
I don't
That's
get
a
it.
championship.
I don't-
Anthony, it doesn't matter where it was.
I'm
We
gonna
won
give-
a championship.
I'm going to break down the championships to you, and you tell me if this is bigger than that.
Oh, boy.
You've got the
Go
Heat,
ahead.
2012 and 13. We beat Oklahoma City at home in 2012, and we beat San Antonio at home in 2013. Then you have the Panthers, the Florida Panthers last year and the year before. We won game 7 in Miami 2 years ago, in Sunrise, and we won game 5 last year in Sunrise.
But now you're being semantic
I'm
with like
being
games
semantic.
played in the city.
Yes,
Okay.
in the city.
So would you be saying know what's funny,
Yeah.
because if this national championship game was played in Louisiana or in Tempe, Arizona,
But it's not. It's
you would
being played in Miami.
Hold on, but if it was, you'd be saying this is the biggest game in Miami history, and you would admit
No,
the,
no,
yeah,
you're not
you would,
getting-
because I get it.
Brown,
Hold on,
Eddie,
hold
what's
on,
a
hold
bigger
on.
championship in Miami in the last 30 years than this? In Miami.
I mean,
In Miami, yeah, then I agree with you.
but not in Miami. How
But
about
you're
just the
making-
biggest
you're
Oh, wait,
Miami?
wait, hold on. I got one.
Yeah,
Hold
you
on.
do not bring up the Marlins. Don't you do it.
No. Listen. Can you be quiet for a second?
Okay.
He doesn't know.
Inter
Impossible.
Miami won the championship in
Oh,
Miami.
fuck
last
you.
year.
Hold
Don't
on.
compare
I'm
that to
sorry.
the
That's-
Miami.
hold on, that's an
to the Miami
international-
Hurricanes.
That's an international feeling.
Stop it.
F your
No,
feelings.
just stop it. There's no, listen, we know that the Canes played 2 championships in Miami in the 80s
Yes,
against
in the
Oklahoma and against Nebraska.
Nebraska.
Those were huge,
All right,
but
I'll-
there's nothing
yeah.
bigger than this game in
okay,
Miami.
hold on,
Look
let's-
at the ticket
I'll
prices.
tell you a bigger game.
Look at the ticket
I'll
prices.
tell you almost a bigger
now
game.
we're talking about ticket prices.
2000.
It's like
Hold
a
on.
Super Bowl ticket price.
Anthony, 2010, the Heat against the Celtics in the Eastern
Oh,
Conference Finals.
don't you
How
dare.
big was that?
It was big. I
Come
love
on,
my Heat.
Anthony, that
don't
was
you
breathtakingly
dare.
big.
Oh, God. I'm going to
Stop.
Bro.
Stop, Anthony.
Eddie,
Bro, you guys have to understand. You guys have to
Listen.
understand that the Hurricanes
Bro.
really own the city.
They do.
No.
own that city.
The Dolphins own the city.
it-
I'm going to make it.
I-
I'm sorry.
no,
Hey,
they do
well,
not.
I got to
No,
step up
Daniel,
here.
sorry.
This is
No,
a
they do
Dolphin
not.
town.
Hold on a
first.
sec,
So
Dan.
wrong on that
You are
one.
so
All I
wrong.
can tell
Wait,
you, Daniel, do you know where I can argue with you against that? Back in the 80s, when
Yes.
the Miami Hurricanes used to go to the club and the Dolphins used to go to the club, guess who got more respect in the
Oh,
lines at the
Jesus.
club?
The players were younger.
No,
Re-
because
really?
the Canes.
All
come
right,
on.
look, we're it's a semantics. It's a big game. How about that? Can we all agree
Yes.
this is a big game?
It's
It's the
a-
biggest
it's a
game in
huge
Miami
game.
in a very long time, and even bigger for the U because it puts us back on the map, and we can hopefully be good now every year when the AP poll comes out. We're a top 5 team every year, if not the number 1 team.
I get, but listen, thinking about just, again, we can go to the points, but there's so many things to talk about this game. But one thing I do want to say is I got to pat myself on the back a little bit. I get a lot of it from Brownie because he teaches me football over the years. He's been my guidance. I mean, Brownie's into the intricacies, but I have called each one of these games to a T, and they're on video, which I love even more.
How come we don't get it? Where's the content?
What do you mean
Where's
the
the
content's
content?
there? I said against Texas A&M, I said, what did I say, Brownie? I said it has to be Fletcher heavy, right? Did I not say that?
Chiefs, run game,
I
run
said
game,
all
run game.
Fletch the whole game. Against Ohio State, I said it's got to be Fletch and other backs because there's such a good defense. It can't just be Fletch. And let's be honest, Chamari had a pretty good game. He had the big touchdown at the end, and Pringle had a couple good runs. It wasn't just Fletch, and I said they're going to double Malachi, and our other receivers would have to make plays against Ohio State. C.J. Daniels, JoJo, and Marion, and they did.
Marion.
And then I said against, who did we play?
Ole Miss.
Ole Miss.
Ole Miss.
I said against Ole Miss, it has to be.
right.
Sorry, it has. To,
But
hold on, let me finish.
But hold on.
Because I'm leading to
Hold on.
something. Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah.
You hurt yourself here.
At the game, you were miss negative Nancy.
Okay,
at
we're gonna
the
get to
last
that.
drive.
Okay, there's no doubt I was the most negative person on the last drive.
Wait,
I wanted to
Brown,
slap-
what did you
I wanted
say?
to slap you.
Oh, he wanted to slap me.
I hate that too, by the way,
Okay.
Brown. I was
Hold on, Brown,
I was
Brown.
saying we got plenty of time. We got plenty of
I
time.
was scared shitless, but let me finish up with the Ole Miss theory. Ole Miss, I said that we have to do a run game heavy, and that it will have to be our other receivers as well, even though Malachi had a couple beautiful plays, because I think they're going to double Malachi.
By the way,
It's gonna-
Beck won that game. For them.
Look,
That was Beck's
but
game.
Beck-
What are you
That
trying
was
to
coming
prove?
out
That,
Okay.
that you
No,
can
no.
listen to the radio and they
No,
tell you what to say into
no,
a
this is
camera?
my own.
Sounds like the big
I've been
dog to
spot
me.
on. I've been
Sounds
spot
like-
on.
sounds like the big dog to me.
Now I want to give you my analysis of this game, and I want to
Oh,
hear
Jesus.
Eddie, and I want to hear
Hold
Eddie
on,
and
hold on,
Brown's
hold on.
analysis.
Catch me up when you're done.
Can I
Okay.
say something?
Oh, my
Can I
God.
say something
Yes.
really quick?
Yeah.
All right. So Brownie said that you were negative Nancy
Oh,
at the Ole Miss game.
the last 5 minutes. Yeah.
When the fuck have you ever been negative Nancy at a Hurricane game?
Let me explain to you why.
Okay, wait. No, hold on. Listen, even Middle Tennessee.
Yeah, I did.
When we lost
I did.
at halftime,
yeah.
you put $1,000 on the Canes
I did.
to win that game.
I did.
And you still lost.
I do. Brad, you know me well.
So when the hell did you become negative Nancy?
I'll explain to you why. I felt like it was one of those games where Ole Miss and Brown, you could attest to this, was getting tons of fucking crazy calls, and it was going to be one of those games that we dominated, where we were going to get a turnover at the end of the game, whether it's back or a fumble. I was like, this is one of those games that all these things.
Yeah, I felt it a little bit, but I wasn't giving up on
that. There was so much time left at the end of the game.
But wait a second. But let me just remind me of the SMU game. But let me bring up something about Brownie, Mr. Non-negative Nancy here. He is usually always positive, though, about the Canes. So why was I going to believe him that last 5 minutes? Browns thinks we're always going to win even when we suck.
What did I tell you?
You did. But you finally got it right. You finally got one right after 22 years.
I go, we're going to go down and score.
You did.
Well, I mean, he got it. He got the main thing right. He's the reason you're a fan. You should be part of my friend sucking his dick.
It's true.
But Brown doesn't show so much. I don't think you don't show much emotion.
No,
you're not the most emotional.
You're right, but no, what
you're very
Daniel. I'm gonna be me, bro.
I know, but I give you credit for it. I can't. I get depressed.
But do you know what Brownie does? Brownie. And Eddie could attest to this. Brownie gets angry at certain moments. Like, you'll be sitting at a game with him. He doesn't show emotion. All of a sudden, he's like, this is a terrible. They're trying to fuck it. Like, all of a sudden, he's just going crazy. And Mean Brownie comes out, and I'm like, but I'm listening because I know he's like analyzing every little detail. So I'm like, what is Brownie saying here? What do I have to be worried about? And I mean, listen. The fact is, what do we need to do to beat Indiana?
Now, hold on. Before you go there. Now, let's set it up, right? So now Miami has gone on a run where everybody didn't think we were going to get our asses whipped by Texas Tech. Yeah. We were going to get our asses kicked by OSU.
State.
Oh, maybe we could. Then they were like Miami can beat Ole Miss.
It was like a pick 'em almost,
right.
Yeah.
And now it's the same thing, right? Although we're favored at home.
No, they're favored by 7.5.
No, we're not favored. We're underdogs.
Indiana's favored by 7.5.
Oh, well, no, we were favored against Ole Miss. So now let me ask you a question.
Remember, we were favored to lose by Ohio State by 9.5.
Yeah, I'm not concerned. I think the Canes can win this game. There's no doubt in my mind that team has the heart to win. But now let's talk about some of the things about this game, right? The game is here in Miami, so that's an upside for us. They're going to get to play and practice on their own field. They are going to now. I think the one thing I read that I think is interesting is the age of the players, which I think is interesting. Mendoza's a 5-year quarterback. So is Carson Beck, and some of their old-line and D-line players are a little bit older than ours, which I think is easier. I mean, not easier, but
Eric, can I interrupt you for 1 second?
Yeah, please.
You know that Malachi Tony was 12 years old when Carson Beck was a freshman?
That's
how crazy is that?
That is
nuts.
crazy.
I mean, he is
that is crazy.
He turned 18 in September. Just to give you an idea how young this
he does look like a 10-year-old playing football.
But let me tell you, that with so many ways you can go here. But Malachi, when it comes to Malachi, I just want to throw him because I'm starting to really love this.
So now let's talk about the role in the game. Where does Miami succeed, and where are we going to win, and where are we going to lose, and why?
Same as all 3 games. So, I'm going to argue, and Brown could come in after. I'm going to argue it's going to be a trench game again. It's going to be our offensive line and defensive line, which is going to dominate them.
Our O line is bigger than theirs.
As bigger than
all about the trench.
They're not going to see anything like our offensive line and defensive line. I think, again, and Brown, you can tell me if I'm wrong, I think it's going to be a run game. We have to run a lot, and not just with Fletcher. This has to be a multiple back game. You have to use all our backs. Fletcher can be the main back.
Fresh.
And Beck can't make mistakes. He cannot make mistakes.
This game is going to be all about physicality.
Yeah.
As you've seen the first 3 games, 3 games, I'm sorry. Physicality, we had the advantage in that.
Yeah.
We had the advantage here.
Yeah.
Our horses are bigger than theirs.
Yes.
And we have speed.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to win on the outside as well. Of course, they're going to double Malachi, of course. Everyone does that. But Keenan showed up last game. Yeah. Marion showed up last game. Did. We're going to need the same thing from Keenan and Daniels this game.
And JoJo. And JoJo.
Hopefully Lofton is healthy because I know he got a bruised sternum last game. Yeah. Hopefully we go to the pattern a little bit more and we can become more effective so they're not just...
He's a big boy. That Lofton's a big boy.
By the way, does Indiana have any injuries? I'm just curious.
Yeah, both teams do. But
okay.
But hopefully most of our horses are going to be back. Of course, We're gonna need OJ.
Are we
OJ,
gonna miss
back.
Lucas for the first half of the game because he got ejected, right?
He's gonna be out the first half of the game, which that was a horrible call.
It was kind of, if you look at the instant replay, I mean, he did lean his head forward.
It
wasn't targeting though.
Okay, but how do you call that? And you take away the Malachi Tony one where they pulled the.
He hit him with the shoulder though, but it was kind of. It did look like targeting. That looked more like targeting.
Malachi's did.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Nah.
It was
sorry. I didn't mean to go back in time to think about that.
No. So we're gonna need our boy Brown back.
Yeah.
You know?
So we need Damari back.
So we need Damari back.
We need the off.
We can get those guys back, and we'll be all right.
The penalties.
Right, so following Brownie, what Brownie said to Anthony, because me and Anthony have been talking, about like the whole thing and everything. They disrespected us with A&M.
Yeah.
They said Ohio State was going to whoop our
9.5. They were 9.5 point favorites.
And that was, first of all, that was one of the best victories I've had in my heart.
I agree. I agree.
Beat down of Ohio State touched me in my heart like you
that
was.
That was our 2020. That was our 2003 get back. Like it just felt.
And then we beat Ole Miss.
Yeah.
But you and I, Anthony, have been talking. And I agree with you 100%. They have not seen a defense like ours.
Yes.
Yeah, nobody has.
And they don't understand what's coming to them, bro. And all these people are saying that we're going to get our ass kicked worse in Oregon.
Yeah, no. And let me tell you, let's be honest. The only thing we can look at when it comes.
Hold on, let's be honest.
Okay. I love that word. I'm going to laugh every time he does it.
The only thing that we can compare between Indiana and Miami is who have we both played in the last month? We both played Ohio State.
Ohio State.
And how did we look against Ohio State to how did they look against Ohio State? That's the only real thing we could take.
It was low, right? It was 10-12 or something like that.
13-10, and they won by a field goal at the end, where we dominated them. We dominated Ohio State. I don't care what you say, we dominated that game.
The only thing I think that's interesting that I've read so far is we're going to have an exciting football game. I think no matter how, it's not going to be. The one thing that I thought was interesting was the way Indiana started the game against Oregon with the pick six. Yeah. And I heard that the reason this is happening is that they are hacking into plays and stuff, and they're kind of spying on the opponent.
I heard this,
and that's how they knew, and they knew what plays were coming.
I can't. I
mean, if you look at the interception, it was literally like the guy was standing right where he
threw the ball behind the receiver.
All I know is you have two coaches.
Any quarter could have paid.
All I know is you have two coaches on both teams. You have two coaches that don't smile a lot. Neither of these guys. These are very serious guys. Both.
Signetti.
They don't. And same with Cristobal. They don't smile. They're very serious, passionate motherfuckers.
Yeah. All I know is that we are going to take some Hoosier ass. We are going to take it to the cleaner. We're going to take it to the beach. We're going to take it to the bar, and we are going to whoop it. And that is I think we win by 10. I think it's going to be a 10-point victory on our end. I'm going big. I think the Canes. I think Eddie and Brown are right when they say they have not seen a defense that's this fast, this physical, this big, and they're going to have a lot to deal with. So even if it's close to the game, at the end of the game, they're going to be tired.
We did beat Mendoza last year. Now, of course, it's not with the same team, but we did. Remember that game? That Cal game? How crazy was that Cal game last year? But
Mendoza was on that team?
He was their quarterback.
Wow. Yeah, he was the quarterback. He was the quarterback at Cal.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's the craziest game I've ever seen in my entire life.
That was a comeback where we came back 20 points.
How many overtimes was that? 4?
It was the most.
No.
Was there multiple overtimes?
No.
That game didn't go overtime.
We were down by 20. We were down by 20.
Yeah.
Was that 2024, right?
And going into the fourth quarter.
It's one of the biggest comebacks in Hurricane history.
What game is Daniel talking about?
You're right. 39-38 in 4 quarters.
Yeah.
Wow, we scored 21 points in the fourth quarter.
What is the game you're talking about that we did go to 4 overtimes?
There was a couple overtimes.
It went into like 3 in the morning.
Was that Louisiana?
What was the game we went until 3 in the morning?
We played like Louisiana Tech.
I forget who. No.
Louisiana Tech.
No.
What are you talking about?
No, there's a game.
It was a West Coast team.
It was a West Coast team that we went until 3 in the morning. Maybe it was
SMU?
Maybe I was Cal the previous year.
Was it Louisville?
No, Louisville was during the day.
It was a West Coast game.
No, that was Clemson. Remember when Clemson we went into
No, Brown. There's a game we played on the West Coast that literally I watched until 3 in the morning.
It says it's Virginia.
No.
Apparently it's Virginia.
No, it wasn't Virginia.
When was that?
It was like last year or the year before.
That was 2022, 14,
whatever,
12.
But it doesn't matter. But Brown and Eddie, just based on our experience and everything we've gone through with this team and the losses, I mean, Eddie and I and Brown could talk about some freaking losses. We've discussed Middle Tennessee State a little. We've discussed FIU, USF. I mean, these were some low moments.
Hold on. We're getting off topic. We get it. You love the fucking Hurricanes. No. All right, let's talk about the game that's at hand. We've been talking for 30 minutes about the Hurricanes.
But what I want to say to them is what based on what has occurred and these things that have happened to us, what are you guys feeling this week? Like, what is going on emotionally?
Actually, that's a good question.
Because I'm like out of my goddamn mind. Like, I can't focus. I can't.
Okay. I'll tell you how I feel.
Okay.
Remember that Middle Tennessee freaking game? When we left that stadium, what did I do? I took my shirt off.
Everything.
I threw it in the trash. The flags that we had on the car when we were in the turnpike, I put the windows down, let them bitches fly off.
You did. You
feel
the total opposite. You feel the total opposite.
No, of course. But Daniel was saying the FIU game, like, no, that Middle Tennessee game was like, I felt that was the lowest.
Eddie, what did I do that game? I think I gave away my 250 turnover chain. I gave it to a kid. I said, take this.
You gave it to a kid. You were like, here, take that shit.
I can't. I couldn't sleep for a week after that game. I was so upset. But like, what do you?
Hold on, let Brown. How are you going to handle this week?
How are you handling this week, Brown?
So I've already started. So I watched that Ole Miss game. Actually, I got back to the hotel.
You watched it again?
What did I do?
Wow.
This is a true story.
No, I believe it.
We get home from the Ole Miss game.
It's different when you're in the stadium versus watching it on TV.
Okay,
You see things differently.
This kid's sick.
He's a fan.
He gets home from the Ole Miss game. He has to be at an airport at 3 a.m. He doesn't go to bed. He stays up and watches the replay of the Ole Miss game until he goes to the airport.
Damn, Brown, you didn't sleep at all?
He didn't sleep at all. This motherfucker's crazy. I said goodnight.
Yeah.
I'm a fan. I said goodnight, Brownie. I'm out.
So what else are you doing?
So I've been watching that game like twice since I've been home. And I'm probably going to watch Indiana highlights of their games. So I like to analyze.
You're going to be well prepared.
Brown is scheming. He's scheming.
Yeah,
I like it.
Actually, I told him, hey, we're good. We're good for this Ole Miss game. I watched tape.
You know what my favorite game this year was? The Pittsburgh game.
Yeah,
Did you watch? Yeah. I watched that twice. I watched that at home too. I know it's not a playoff game.
No, but you know what I love about that Pittsburgh game? We won. Yeah. And it was a showing that it's not the same old Canes. We had our 6-2 start where you thought our season was over, and we did what we had to do those last 4 games. And that Pittsburgh game was the solidifier of it.
And now we're on to
understand the culture. The culture is different now at UM. Mario has brought in a different culture.
He has.
It's not the same mindset where we lose 2 games and we're going to lose 2 more games after that.
Yeah.
So their head is on straight. I expect them to come play for the national title. We're gonna bring our A game.
Yeah, we are.
He's going to have them ready.
And people need to get their pots and pans ready.
It's
going to be a party.
He did something
on
Cuban noisemaker.
What's the word I'm looking for? He actually.
Daniel, can you stop talking about the Hurricanes, please?
I just want to say one thing. You're right. You're right. I know a little bit, but I will say he did his best.
Talk about you said the Dolphins are going to go what?
What did Daniel say?
I want to put in my 2 cents.
What did Daniel say?
Miami has the Dolphins, the worst football team. I shoot myself in the head every day and night.
Well, I have a song. Go ahead.
Hold on, I just want to say one thing.
Yeah.
Cristobal became a coach in my eyes when that last 2 drives of the Ole Miss game. 2 drives, he let the quarterback throw the ball.
Well,
that's good coaching, and I'm impressed.
Hold on, don't get Brownie upset. This is one thing.
What I do?
This is what he was screaming at during the game. He's like, "Run the ball." They can't stop our run.
Genius,
I go, Brownie, he's playing to win, though. He's playing to win.
I was impressed.
Play to win the game.
I understand, Brownie.
That was Beck's highlight of his career.
Yeah.
Highlight of his career.
Him running to the left.
Fins
up everybody. If he watched that play, he could have been sacked on the other side.
Yeah, if he would have gone to the right, had he gone to the right, he would have been sacked. But he knew that. They schemed it correctly, as Brown would say.
Eric, did you watch the video Anthony recorded? When that play happened, Brown said, throw it away.
Yeah.
Throw it away.
He did. Eddie, you noticed that. Yeah.
Tuck it.
But Brown and I listen, I really do respect what Brown says, and I think, Eddie, you'll agree. Brown really looks at the X's and O's a little more than you and I do.
Yeah.
And I've always been impressed with that. But I said to Brown, that's where Cristobal went wrong prior years. He was playing to win this game, and he was playing to win the Ohio State game. Brownie just thought, because Fletcher was dominating, that we should just keep pounding. I go, Brown,
the time of possession was 41 minutes.
I get it.
No, we dominated. We dominated that game. We dominated that game.
Minutes,
the score didn't reflect it. We dropped 4 interceptions. Let's be honest. Yeah.
Yes. Come on.
I mean, literally, they were dropped 2 hands on the ball.
I only counted 3. Everybody keeps saying
4.
Right before the half.
Okay.
Right before the half, he dropped a pick 6.
Okay.
He would have in the end zone.
How about the one that just bounced right into the guy's hands and he dropped it?
Hold on. At the end of the first half, he had both his hands on the ball. Had he caught it, there was nobody in front of him. He would have been a touchdown.
Yeah, it would have been a touchdown.
And instead they kicked that kicker that's going to be a first-round draft pick.
But
he kicked 3 points.
But going to the players that, like Brown said, and just it's a point I want to get out there, that he's got the type of players that are just a new generation of Canes. Like they're dogs. Like I watched Malachi on certain plays. They push Malachi and you got to see how he gets up in people's faces. This guy doesn't give a fuck. Like, I love his attitude. And do you know what I love about him? We know he cares. Do you remember how upset he was in that Ole Miss when he fumbled the ball? I said to Brownie on the sideline, I said,
not
Brown,
Ole Miss.
Not against Ole Miss. Sorry, against Texas A&M. Sorry. When he dropped that fumble, I said, this guy's going to be so depressed over that drop. And then I saw
Fletcher got in his face and said,
and then he got the winning touchdown at the end. But what I'm saying is these guys are dogs. And Fletcher, what a great story is Fletcher. Like, this guy is a beast. I know Brown and I are arguing.
But you know why this is happening with Tony's? Because he's being mentored by Michael Irvin. You see the passion he brings? He feels that. And Fletcher, I agree with you.
But I saw high school videos of him. This guy's been like this for a long time. This is who Malachi Tony is.
Look, you know what I love about Fletcher?
What?
Is the fact that your son can FaceTime him.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Let me tell you, I got to give you a story. So my son was on FaceTime.
Will it still happen when he's in the NFL?
Yeah, my son was on FaceTime with him after the Ohio State win, and he goes, I said to Fletch, I got on the phone, I was like starstruck. I go, Fletch, all we should be doing is giving you the ball. He says, Mr. Rosenfield, thank you so much. I go, no, don't call me Mr. Rosenfield, man. No, you're Mr.
That's
Fletcher.
My dad. Mr. Rosenfield's my dad.
That's my dad. You're Mr. Fletcher. Don't call me Mr. Rosenfield. Mr. Fletcher. But these are such good, not only are they tough guys and they care about the you in the program, they're actually good guys. Like everything you read about Malachi and Fletcher, these are good dudes. Like these are really good dudes.
I'm gonna throw a little something in there. Miguel went to West Boca, last year? 2 years ago? 2 years ago. And Javian Mallory, the running back, I went to see him when they were playing there.
Yeah.
Javian Mallory.
That kid's a beast.
That dude is nasty.
Yeah.
Ask Miguel.
He's a big dude.
Yeah.
I had him in my class. He was a great kid, God first kid, and he's on the football field. He just dominates. You can't stop him. He had 400 yards against, I think that was the best team in the district. We played him his freshman year, and he had 400 yards on them.
Yeah.
They couldn't stop him.
So
beast.
No, listen.
Like I tell you, Fletcher needs to leave.
Oh, we have this discussion. So what do you think about? I mean, we could finish off with this.
After this?
I'm happy Fletcher's decided to come back next year.
Yeah.
Brown is very upset and says Mario should sit down with him.
Where do you want him to
tell him go with the NFL.
No way.
He's had such a dominant playoffs. He goes. Brown's concerned about. I go. I'm happy he's coming back, but I do get what he's saying.
I want to hear this. Let me hear your concerns.
He's getting paid here.
The running back life shelf of a running back.
It's low. I get what Brown is saying. Why not? Why waste it in the college years?
Why waste a year? He's having a phenomenal run in these plays.
Is he a first round draft pick? Do you think?
Probably not. Second, third.
He's going to get paid more money at University of Miami.
That's what I said,
but
that will only be for this year.
Next year, first round draft pick.
That's only
next
for this
year.
He needs to move on because
Fletcher, if you're listening,
how about he's getting right or wrong? How about he's getting a better education? He's going to continue studying at school for another year too.
All I know is I heard Anthony say "good dudes," and all that made me think it was a game. Have you ever played a game called Bad Dudes? Remember that game for the Nintendo Entertainment System called Bad Dudes? You were like two guys, and you like. You don't remember Bad Dudes?
You have a lot of weird things.
I've never heard of that too, Eric.
Hold on a second. Hold on. I'm going to show you right now.
But Brownie, I take your point. But Fletcher, if you're listening, you do what you want to. And if you want to come back to the U, we're all for it.
But trust me, I love to have him back. But I think
I get what you're saying. But listen, I just want to say to Brownie and Eddie, like, listen, we could talk Canes all day. Let's be honest. I mean, we love this team, the passion we have for this team. But I just want to say I wouldn't have done this show without you guys, because when I think about, all of us have our Canes story and our Canes crew. my Canes crew is Eddie and Brown. I mean, that's who my crew is. That's been that way for 30 plus years or 25, 26 plus years that we've been going to games. And I'm excited for you guys. I'm excited for us. We've gone through a lot of losses, a lot of terrible times, a lot of great times before it, but a lot of terrible times in between. We deserve this, and I'm pumped up for you guys as well for next Monday. Look at Eddie with his belt.
I have a song for Indiana.
Oh, shit. What do you have?
Oh.
You keep forgetting that I really do not give two shits.
Yes.
We are going to kick their ass.
Yes.
We don't give two shits.
I love that, man.
We are taking it to their asses. Michael Irvins, he's bringing the belt.
Oh, he's bringing the belt?
He is going to whip that ass.
He's going to whip that ass.
He is going to whip that ass. We are going to have confetti. We are going to have good times. And God damn it, we're going to hoist a championship trophy.
And I do want to say at the end, Daniel is a huge Kane fan. Daniel is just better with years. He's
all
not
about
great.
the you, baby.
He's not great.
All about the you. Oh, sorry.
He's not great with numbers, but Daniel's. Wow. I don't want to leave Daniel out. He's been to many of these games with Brownie and I. He's traveled across the country. He's traveled across the country with us. Daniel does love his Canes. We just joke that he doesn't know certain players or years.
We'll have another show where we talk about some of the stories that Daniel and a certain other person goes on at nighttime where they go out and have fun in the city.
Oh, shit. Oh,
that'll be another show. Yes, that'll be another show.
I will say the best times are when we go to the Canes and we go to a Dolphin game. Remember, we do back to back.
We used to do back to back. We did that for a lot of years.
Yes.
I miss those.
Daniel, do you remember the one year Brownie had us travel on like 42 planes?
Oh,
yeah. We took a little plane. We were the only ones on the plane.
We were the only ones on the plane. Yeah. Okay. But listen, guys, we're going to, again, go you. Listen, you guys can stay on the show.
Hold on a second, because I think this is a perfect opportunity.
I have kids.
I agree.
You have kids.
Well, Eddie could stay on then. Eddie
we'll
could
stay on a little
bit.
Let's test this
Look,
out.
these are the things that I wanted to do the clips. We call it the doom scroll clip of the week.
Oh, okay.
This is the toilet time. This is the shit that follows. This is the stuff
Just give us a couple more minutes, Brownie.
So one of them is childhood friends, and the other one is 90 car audio systems.
Okay,
so growing up, man, the mini truck with the boom in the car. I mean, when I was a kid, a high school kid had a competition truck. It was called Poundin' Popeye. It had 15-inch speakers and a circle on the inside and neon lights on the bottom. You guys don't remember this?
Don't worry, guys.
No,
Brownie,
I remember that, but I don't remember.
But Brownie, Eddie, don't worry.
I didn't go to school where you guys did.
Sometimes
so.
I had a 1989 Prelude with two 15s in the back.
Okay.
Yeah, remember that one?
Oh, yeah.
I had an 84 Toyota Celica, and before I could afford a system, I had my home speakers, 15-inch home speakers, in the trunk of my car, powered by an amp that I bought at Kmart.
Oh.
And it's like a Blanc Pont, like with a detachable face and a CD player. It was so ghetto, but it bumped just right. I got so many tickets.
That's nothing. I had a Dodge Harriers with two little Mexicans in the back banging on the thumb. I'm kidding. I'm joking. I love everybody. I just had to say it. Sorry.
Green white boy?
My friends didn't like me to have a system in my car because they never thought I was a good driver. They thought I should concentrate on the road.
He's a horrible driver. Horrible driver.
Actually, Ross is the worst driver I've ever met. When we were
no.
She's enjoying a beautiful day outdoors with friends and family. She's also managing her type 2 diabetes by taking journeys. The little
Sorry, Brownie. Sorry, that went over.
This is base 44.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw. I don't know if I'm wasting time, but I'm gonna throw something in really quick. The fact that the Canes are making it to the national championship, and I can share it with my son, like you.
It's the best.
It's been your son. It's the most special
That's so
thing,
nice.
man.
And I can share it with my enemy. It's so nice.
Why are we?
And I
Let's go Canes, baby.
You know what, Eddie? It's just so many things going on with this Canes. That's another thing I didn't throw out. I mean, I got to go to 2 out of those 3 games with Aaron, and now Aaron's coming home.
Your son,
and Aaron's coming home for the
national.
And Aaron's coming home for the national championship. It has been. What an experience with my son.
Yeah.
And again, our kids, think about it, Eddie, and I discuss this with Aaron all the time, and Brown and I discussed it this week. They've never seen a big Canes game. They've never they're living on our history that you and I talk about. But now they're finally seeing what we've been waiting for, and it's a lot of fun.
And by the way, my son is a UM fan too. My son's becoming a big UM fan.
We can't forget the last best Cane game ever against Notre Dame at Brownie's.
Oh, Brownie!
That was the only time I saw Brown being emotional.
Brown was emotional.
You were so emotional.
Well, he got married, and the Canes kicked Notre Dame's ass.
Brown was deliriously happy.
And not only that, that's the drunkest I ever saw Brown. I've never seen Brown drunker in my life than that night. Now, Eddie, if you remember, how was Eddie at the end of the night? Eddie couldn't even move. Eddie couldn't even move.
That's normal for Eddie.
That's normal. No, Eddie was even drunker than usual.
Getting fucked up in Pflugerville. Hell yeah!
Oh, man.
You silly, silly boy.